Hello, my name is Officer Gutierrez, and today I will be conducting your citizenship interview. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm that the statements you will give and provide today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. You can put your hand down. Do you understand what an oath is? What is an oath? Thank you. Can I see your appointment letter? Thank you. Can I see your permanent resident card? Can I see your passport? Can I see any form of ID? Thank you. Before we begin, do you have any information that needs to be updated? Now we're going to do the writing and reading test. Can you please read the following sentence? Now, can you please write the following sentence? Columbus Day is in October. Columbus Day is in October. Columbus Day is in October. Now we're going to do the civic test. I'm going to ask you 10 questions. You have to answer correct, at least 6 of them. What is the name of the national anthem? What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? We elect a president for how many years? Who was the first president? What is the economic system in the United States? Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? When is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms? What does the Constitution do? During the Cold War, what was the main concern of the United States? If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president? Okay, you approved the civic test. What is your full legal name? Have you used a different name? Would you like to change your name? Okay. What is your current address? How long have you been living at this address? Who lives at this address with you? Where were you born? Okay. What is your date of birth? Since when are you a permanent resident? How did you become a permanent resident?
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo te está yendo con la práctica? Recuerda que si te gustaría prepararte para responder una entrevista como esta, ofrecemos un curso en nuestra página cursosconfernando.com. En este curso encontrarás un orden de trabajo sin interrupciones que podrás estudiar a tu propio ritmo y a tus propios tiempos sin importar tu nivel de inglés. Además, contarás con el apoyo de nuestro equipo ayudándote en tu preparación. Recuerda, esta página es cursosconfernando.com. Continuemos con la práctica. Mucha suerte.
How do you support yourself? And what do you do for a living? Do you have any children? Okay, what is your marital status? How many times have you been married? Okay. In the last 5 years, how many times have you traveled out of the United States? When was the last time that you traveled out of the United States? Where did you travel to? And what was the purpose of this trip? Okay. Now please answer yes or no to the following questions. Have you ever voted in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? Why not? Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or confined into a mental institution? Do you owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes? When was the last time that you filed your taxes? Have you ever claimed to be a United States citizen? Have you ever registered to vote in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? Have you ever not filed a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident? Do you now have or do you ever have a hereditary title or an order of nobility in any foreign country? Have you ever called yourself a non-U.S. resident on a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident? Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or any way associated with any organization, association, fund, foundation, party, club, society, or similar group in the United States or another location in the world? Have you ever been a member of a terrorist organization? Any other totalitarian party? The Communist Party? What is communism? Have you ever advocated either directly or indirectly the overthrow of any government by force or violence? Have you ever persecuted any person because of race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion? Were you ever involved in any way with any of the following? Genocide, torture, killing or trying to kill someone, badly hurting or trying to hurt a person on purpose, forcing or trying to force someone to have any kind of sexual contact or relations, not letting someone practice his or her religion. What is genocide? Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help, or otherwise participate in any of the following groups? Military unit, paramilitary unit, police unit, self-defense unit, vigilant unit, rebel group, guerrilla group, militia, insurgent organization. What is a guerrilla group? Were you ever a worker, volunteer, or soldier, although you otherwise ever served in any of the following? Prison or jail, prison camp, detention facility, labor camp. What is a labor camp? Were you ever part of any group, or did you ever help any group, unit, organization to use weapons against any person or threaten to do so? Do you ever self-give or provide weapons to any person, or help another person self-give or provide weapons to any person? Do you ever receive any type of military, paramilitary, or weapons training? Do you ever recruit, enlist, conscript, or use any person under 15 years of age to serve in or help an armed force or group? Did you ever use any person under 15 years of age to do anything that help or support people in combat? What is a weapon? Have you ever committed, assisted in committing, attempt to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested? Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason? How about back in your country of origin? Were you ever arrested back in your country? How about by immigration? Were you ever arrested by immigration in this country? Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason? Okay. Have you ever been charged with committed, attempting to commit, or assisted in committing a crime or offense? What is a crime? Have you ever been convicted of a crime or offense? Have you ever been placed in an alternative sentencing or rehabilitative program? Have you ever received a suspended sentence, been placed in probation, or been paroled? Have you ever been a habitual drunkard? Been a prostitute or procuring anyone for prostitution? Sold or smuggled controlled substances, illegal drugs, or narcotics? Been married to more than one person at the same time? Marry someone in order to obtain immigration benefits? Help anyone to enter or try to enter the United States illegally? Gamble illegally or receive income from illegal gambling? Fail to support your dependents or to pay alimony? Made any misrepresentation to obtain any public benefit in the United States? Have you ever given any U.S. government officials any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading? Have you ever lied to any U.S. government official to gain entry or admission into the United States or to gain immigration benefit while in the United States? Have you ever been removed, excluded, or deported from the United States? Have you ever been ordered, removed, excluded, or deported from the United States? Have you ever been placed in removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings? Are removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings currently pending against you? Have you ever served in the U.S. Armed Forces? Are you a male who live in the United States at any time between your 18th and 26th birthday? Okay. Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? What is the Constitution? Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? What is an oath of allegiance? Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States? If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States? If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces? If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian directions? Congratulations, you approved your citizenship interview.
Si te gustaría informarte de cómo son las entrevistas en la oficina que a ti te corresponde, dónde tendrás tu entrevista, te invito a que nos sigas en nuestro segundo canal de YouTube, Citizens Ahora. En este segundo canal ponemos experiencias todos los días de diferentes partes del país. Puede ser que una de estas experiencias te dé información que tú necesitas para tu entrevista. Así que no olvides, síguenos en nuestro segundo canal de experiencias, Citizens Ahora.